Hello, everyone. I'm excited to welcome you to today's presentation. We're about to take a fun and easy-to-understand journey into the world of governance, risk, and compliance, also known as GRC. And the best part, we're going to explore it through the simple joy of running a lemonade stand. On this first slide, you'll see the title, The Lemonade Stand Guide to GRC. We'll be breaking down some pretty big business ideas into concepts that are simple enough for anyone, even a kindergartner, to follow. So, get ready for an engaging and fun adventure into how these ideas work together in the world of business, and how they can be just as fun as making and selling lemonade. So, what exactly is GRC? Well, think of it like following a recipe for running a successful lemonade stand. It's made up of 3 key ingredients that work together to make everything run smoothly. The first ingredient is governance. This is all about making decisions, like setting the right price for your lemonade and choosing a good recipe. Essentially, it's about creating the rules that help us have the best stand possible. Next, we have risk. This is about thinking ahead and considering what could go wrong. Maybe it's a sudden rainstorm, running out of cups, or spilling lemonade everywhere. Planning for these oopsies helps us stay prepared and keep things on track. And finally, we have compliance. This part is about following the rules, like figuring out if we need a permit to sell lemonade or making sure we pay our taxes. It's about being a good citizen and making sure everything we do is legit and responsible. Putting these 3 ingredients together, governance, risk, and compliance, gives us a solid foundation for success. Just like a good recipe, when we balance these elements well, our lemonade stand, and in a broader sense, our organization, can thrive. Now, let's talk about why GRC really matters for our lemonade stand. GRC stands for governance, risk, and compliance, and each part plays a crucial role in helping us run a successful and fun stand. First, governance is like having a set of clear rules that everyone agrees on. It helps us make good decisions, like when to buy fresh lemons or how to set fair prices. When we all know the rules, everything runs smoothly and fairly. Next, risk management is about being prepared for anything that might go wrong. Imagine a rainy day or running out of cups. That's where planning ahead helps us avoid sad faces and keeps our stand open. And finally, compliance is about following the town's rules, so we don't get into trouble. Playing by the rules means we can keep our stand open and enjoy selling lemonade. So I want to ask you, have you ever thought about planning for rain when you're outside playing? That's a simple way to see how planning and being responsible can help us in many situations. Now let's take a look at how the evolution of GRC, or governance, risk, and compliance, has improved over time. Imagine it like the story of how lemonade stands have gotten better and better. Long ago, these stands didn't plan ahead. They might run out of cups or lemonade, and that made customers really sad. It's like when we forget something important, things don't go smoothly. Then things started to get better. Helpers began giving the stands checklists. These checklists made sure they had everything they needed before opening. As a result, mistakes happened less often and customers were happier. Today, big stands use computers to keep track of everything. They have systems that monitor supplies, sales, and inventory, so they always have just what they need. This shows how technology helps us improve processes and avoid problems. So the main idea here is that over time, with planning and technology, these lemonade stands, just like organizations, become more efficient and reliable. Now, I want to hear from you. How have your games or activities improved as you've learned new skills? Now, every successful lemonade stand relies on a team of helpers, each with their own important role. First, we have the parent. They set the rules for the stand, which is our governance. They help decide on prices and recipes and make sure everyone agrees on how things should run. Next, there's the friend. They watch out for potential problems like checking if it might rain and bring extra cups just in case. They help manage risks before they become issues. Then, we have the town helper. Their job is to check permits and ensure we're following all the rules. This is all about compliance. They help keep everyone safe and make sure the stand operates smoothly. So I want to ask you, what job would you like to have at a lemonade stand? Think about which role suits you best. All right, let's talk about some common pitfalls in GRC, or governance, risk, and compliance. Even the best lemonade stands, or in our case, organizations, can make mistakes. And recognizing these oopsies helps us avoid bigger problems down the line. First up, not talking to each other. Imagine if different team members or departments are working in silos. If we don't communicate, we might end up charging different prices or using different recipes, which can confuse our customers. The same applies in organizations. When teams don't share information, it leads to inconsistency and mistakes. Next is not planning ahead. Think about forgetting to bring extra cups or not checking the weather forecast before setting up. If we forget these simple things, we might have to close early and lose potential customers. In a broader sense, proper planning helps us stay prepared for surprises and keeps things running smoothly. And then, ignoring the rules. If we don't get the necessary permits or follow safety protocols, we risk having to shut down our stand completely. In organizations, compliance with regulations isn't just about avoiding fines. It's about maintaining trust and operating responsibly. Now I want to ask you, have you ever forgotten something important for a game or activity? It's pretty common, right? That's why planning and communication are so vital, whether it's a game or running a business. Remember, avoiding these pitfalls keeps everything running smoothly and helps us stay on track with our goals. Now, let's see what happens when we bring all these pieces of GRC together. Imagine our lemonade stand. That's our project or business, and how it becomes truly amazing when we apply good governance, smart risk planning, and careful compliance all at once. Good governance is like having a clear recipe and fair prices that everyone agrees on. It keeps things organized and makes sure we're all on the same page. Smart risk planning is about being prepared, having extra supplies and whether plans ready so we're not caught off guard. And careful compliance means following all the permits and rules perfectly, so we stay out of trouble and build trust. When these three friends, governance, risk management, and compliance, work together, they make our lemonade stand the most popular on the block. It's about teamwork, being prepared, and doing things the right way to succeed. That's how GRC helps us turn a simple idea into something truly great. All right, now it's time for you to get hands-on with what we've learned. Let's imagine running a lemonade stand using GRC, governance, risk, and compliance. First, we start with making the rules. That means deciding on your lemonade recipe and setting the price. This is your governance, setting the direction and standards for your stand. Next, we plan for problems. Think about the weather. Will it be sunny or rainy? And check your supplies. Do you have enough cups, lemons, and sugar? This step is all about assessing the risk and preparing for potential issues. Then we follow the rules. Make sure you get any necessary permissions, like a permit, and ensure everything is safe. This is your compliance piece, making sure you're playing by the rules and staying safe. Remember, good GRC practices help your lemonade stand succeed and make it the best in town. So now I want to hear from you. What would you include in your lemonade stand plan? What rules, risks, or safety checks would you think about?